capacity crowd of around 4,000 here at Alico tonight
for FGCU. Defense.
Some of the students enjoying themselves tonight. We're told it's Parents Weekend.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Coach Chambers was talking to Caleb.
So 2 free throws here. FGCU with a 4-point lead. Thompson already with 9.
Third time's the charm.
We'll see. Came up short on.
See that at all, John. Normally, you're going to see that on the ball on a screen. Looking at the little things like what Cyrus Largy has been doing, coming off the bench, 3 assists, 2 steals.
So some free throws for Dawkins.
Liberty actually lost today, so they're actually at 10-2. They lost at Lipscomb. Queens, the only team. North Alabama is really quick defensively. Oh yeah, leading the team at 88%.
Stay tuned at halftime. We will have a full halftime report stat.
So I'm going to assume Chase is going to make this free throw. Give FGCU a 6-point lead. Oh, and I jinxed him.
As we head to intermission, you're watching ASUN Hoops on ESPN+. High Flyers by as many as 13. As you see Demir Bishop fading away here to pick up 2 points. Thompson really the story, 15 points here in the first half. There's Johnston, Detillion Brown with 8 points in 10 minutes in the first half. This was a big transition dunk here in Fort Myers. FGCU with a 5-point lead here at the break. Isaiah did slip away. So it'll be really interesting to see how they respond from that performance 2 nights ago.
Well, so far, seeing outs, but too physical. It's a university.
Younger than Azul. Chambers will use a timeout, which will send us to a break. All of a sudden, the Lions are right back with the Eagles, down by just 1. In the ASUN tournament, so many good teams.
So basically, if I'm figuring this out correctly,
out the season, as we get another look, he was tied up with Forrest, went down hard, then you see Lane, whoop, just right over the top.
Yeah, there was nothing. Might have had something to do with that last possession too. That step back long two by Thompson, not exactly. You're looking at, we had talked off air a couple times about defensive stop, 1:10 left to go in the game. And if you're
fearless play from Susi.
So Weir is checking back in for FGCU, and they've tried to get it into him a couple times, and there has not been success there. They're doubling immediately. The pass has not been clean. He's posting up.
Scoring. I mean, this pass, as he's falling out of bounds, and one of the best shooters in the conference stepping up.
15 points now for Chase Johnson on that dunk.
It almost feels like a football.
He is one of 4 North Alabama guards, all 6'2" and below, that are just quick, can get into the paint.
Here in Fort Myers, largest crowd of the season, a packed house, over 4,000 here at Alico.
The ball just for a split second right here, off his leg, off his hip, looking to give it up. Great defense, one-on-one. North Alabama did not go double anybody. Nobody was open. That's money. 22 points.
And now, you know,
and Lane and Johnson.
Ortiz has 15, Lane has 15, Susi with 10, and Johnson with 9. That is
Weir's height advantage. I believe that was on Susi. The double. But passing the ball quickly, knowing where your teammates are, is always going to favor the offense.
Go with Howell to take his spot at the 5, or the 4, I should say.
Yeah, and Howell had some really good minutes in the first half.
So that kind of
basically 4 guards and Zach in the game for FGCU. And a make here by Johnson will make this a 3-possession game with 42 seconds to go.
And some of those 4,000 fans starting to head towards the exits. Yeah, this one is big. And it's good. 7 to go.
So we're in a situation where, obviously, like I said, you have to try to get a quick steal off inbounds off of these made free throws. If
last year, you expect some growing pains with the new coach, but for Pat
North Alabama with Forrest fouled out and Susie fouled out, it disrupts that rotation, and Howell just couldn't get there. If you could get that quick steal, obviously, then you know what to do. You want to go for Johnson. He comes in shooting at 79%. He's 3 for 6 tonight. Wouldn't drop. Huge win for North Alabama.
What a final possession. FGCU with 3 looks. 7 of them are freshmen, so it's a young group for the Bears. Here it's final tune-up before conference play. But it's her 3rd year as the head coach, but only her 2nd season.
On the other end, because I really felt like defensively they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Aiello
front of the defense, but Aiello, she's really a presence, Cindy. 6'3" from Matawan, New Jersey.
Yeah, and a lot more height than any shot you got.
And right now, Brown 2 for 6.
Jumper, and they're not going for it. So Eagles are very patient of attacking.
And with Aiello and Murray down low, Brown does have a height advantage. Well, also breaking the press a couple of times. But really, everybody contributed in the
creation, kicking it out for a wide open shot, ball movement, all of those things have gone up.
Continuing to stroke it in these highlights. Not a ton of highlights for Brown, but Kyla Jones was magnificent. 17 points, 7 out of 9 from the field.
That can score as well, because with Jones not playing as many score.
So in the second half, if you're, Coach LeBlanc, FGCU just really opened things up. I mean, that's a really deep 3 from Antonucci, but if you're Brown, what can you do in the third? CU cross-country coach. We'll talk about their fall season on the other side of our break here on ESPN. And we'll go to the line for a chance at 20. Here's another look. Turning through Styles, a veteran player, a 5th-year senior, and able to...
They were going to take away her right hand and force her left, and they didn't. She scores anyway, because she loves going to that
bench for the Eagles.
At the other end, getting the ball back.
Kind of leading with the shoulder, and Carter, you can hear the fans don't like that one.
Come in and contribute is going to really help them in the long run.
You see Carter really slow getting up. A 3-time division just go looking down court, but very slow going off with the trainer here. And of course, with another game tomorrow.
Ready to go. I know she's real disappointed right now, headed back to the locker.
As we take another look here, you be the judge. Contact first with Antonucci. List was set, but I think Antonucci was still sliding over.
Well, I didn't see where her feet were, the defender's. Well, I think he's the glue guy.
And Rivers, who played a 5, but Onu's probably bigger and stronger than both of them.
Yeah, he's done just a tremendous.
So far, he's in ahead of Rivers.
I know Coach Chambers mentioned earlier that he was.
As the Eagles trail by 2, coming out of our first break of the night. Let's look at both these teams at 74% from the line. You'll take that as a coach, right?
Oh, absolutely.
The bench, redshirted last year at Memphis, so he's a redshirt freshman here this season. Arrow will give it to the Bears. Dakota Rivers earlier, he checks in for the first time for FGCU. There he is. Wearing 0.
I tell you, his only probably weakness right now is he's only shooting 56% from the free throw line. But this is a great power move against a smaller player.
His game has come so far in 3 years here in this program. 3-point shot has gotten better and
defense to their team, knowing that that's probably been their major weakness with a young team.
Drill a 3 on the offensive end.
Well, Rivers has 100 career blocks. I mean, what a great shot blocker. Well, I like what Coach Chambers did is putting him on the point guard defensively. Just such a great career.
And he is a local here in Southwest Florida, originally from
into play. And you got to give Weir credit for hustling back to get a hand back on the ball. He didn't quit the play.
Yeah, from a basketball household. There you see his three.
He's got to get Weir established early. I mean, he only had 4 points and 2 rebounds at the first half, and he's already, doubled his scoring here to shoot, and that's exactly what he did. And Weir comes up with a hustle foul.
The Eagles tonight have only committed 5 fouls. Weir has committed 3 of them. RG, so Central Arkansas will get 2 free throws and the basketball. Central Arkansas the lead. They are in the midst of an 11-0 run flow.
Oh, absolutely. It denied.
Second half, both teams with 28 or more points in the paint. Both teams getting good contributions from their benches. Both teams have only a little bit of desperation as we turn the calendar to February, and in a conference to play in the NCAA tournament instead. Central Arkansas. Here's another look. That was a Kylud bucket. But boy,
they're well coached. I mean, they're seeing all the openings. Cam Hunter with a very acrobatic move for a drive. I mean, they're just doing that. His game today has just been amazing. I mean, he's got such a knack for the ball. He can absorb contact and still finish.
Boy, what a performance from the Oak Hill Academy product, native of France, with a chance to pass Thompson and get to 30, and he does.
But in the postseason last year, it was the Eagles that knocked out the Hatters.
Yeah, the Hatters made it all the way.
Block violation against the Hatters, so FGCU gets it back, and Stetson will put in a back and forth game early in this one, 12-8, FGCU leading Stetson. Welcome back to Alico Arena alongside Kelly.
In this game already, and this is a team that doesn't really shoot the 3-ball very well normally.
The bench after that one, as Coach Semesco loves those quick substitutions. Never really his way as we are 1 quarter down. Check out the final play as we will see you after the break. She's good. In Alico, an early 40-26 lead about halfway through the second quarter. Eliza Winston knocking it down, Kayla Webb as well. FGCU on top. FGCU on top, 40-26 in Alico Arena. Welcome back alongside Kelly Burke. I'm Sharon May. This has been a very lopsided series history. FGCU leading 31 to
distinct home court advantage. Just look at the crowd that the Eagles get here. What an addition Winston has been
on a tear this season. In double digits, she's scored in all but 3 games.
But Azuda got her on the arm before Liz could come over to help out.
57-48 a couple days ago.
McNeil, Coach Bria, she liked
a little condensation on the court, so they'll wipe that up before we restart. 1-point performance through 2 quarters. Alico Arena, Kelly Burke, Sharon May, and it is Play for K-Day, a special cancer awareness game. So we have our signs who are to the line. It'll go against TK Morehouse. And Turner just saw, hey, I'm 5'6". I'm going to go against FGCU up to a 20. Even Azul dressed out in pink as FGCU leads Stetson 72-46. Welcome back to Alico Arena, the home of Azul. And let's take a look at the whole lot of luck. 22-3 overall. 10 and they're putting together a pretty good season right now.
Handle it coming into tonight's game.
It's going to have to be a strong tactical performance from Bellarmine if they're going to pull this one off. So Amber, let's take a look at your keys to the game.
Defending the three is obviously a big point in this game today. They cannot allow any easy three-pointers for the Eagles tonight because once they get going on the three-point line, there's no turning them off. So start from the beginning of this game, get out and defend that three-point line. Next is turnovers. They really, especially after last game, they had 19 turnovers, and even the coach said that the turnovers really hurt them. So they have to come in tonight and really take care of the ball and not allow just easy, silly turnovers tonight.
Obviously, a high-level rebounder will probably pluck down quite a few in this game.
Just one or two, probably.
She's averaging 11-plus rebounds per game for the season, but since the calendar is flipped to ASUN play, she helped this program transition from the D2 level now at the D1 level. And there you see previously a head coach at FAU where she won. Their offensive percentage is even lower. So they're not a great outside shooting team. So that three by Brown will really help them to kind of
try and run that as up. Bellarmine's struggling a little bit with right now is trying to handle.
Makes the second.
Making it look easy right now. I don't know if Bellarmine just can't really get their assignments together. Their communication's a little bit lacking right now because when FGCU is doing those drops, she's a big body. She is 6'6" out there. You have nobody else that is that height, so you want to get her off the court as much as possible.
Of points for FGCU last year. We'll see if they can eclipse that this year.
Go down on offense and barely run offense and turn the ball over. They have got to start getting more opportunities for themselves. Get some layups, get some...
So the replay booth being used right now, they have several angles basket.
Yeah.
So the coaches are over as you look at the names of tonight's officials.
Lapped on the arms, and that's frustrating where, you know, she could have gotten that rebound and hit it to her player that was open on the key, but there was just a little extra force on that throw, and you turn the, you're on their Bellarmine team right now, but anything to continue, bring your team together and get a spark going. Keep fighting for each.
I'd be jumping up and down too if I was an FGCU fan. Look at that score, 76-42. Eagles in control. The FGCU upcoming schedule. They will hit the road next week. This is the case with Bellarmine, but some of the teams just can't match up. I mean, the talent level that FGCU has is a top 50 talent level in the country.